Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the FX Market Insight for Friday, the 11th of January. All right, now it's been a bit of a nothing week, really. Euro did have that sort of nice move a few days ago, but overall, the major currency pairs are still reconnecting after that holiday break. The good thing is, overnight we had Powell speaking. He's talking about, it's going to be like a two-way street, depending on the numbers. They are on hold, but they will act if something happens. I mean, it hasn't been that clear where he said we will respond to data. That may give it a bit more of a positive boost. But at this stage, the major currency pairs are still reconnecting. They are starting to look reasonably well. Now, these blowouts that happened down on the 2nd, 3rd of January have sort of caused a little bit of chaos. And that's what's really slowed the market down, I think, somewhat on a lot of these moves. Now, Kiwi slowly moving higher. The Aussie's doing the same, but as you can see, there's no real trend lines here on the Aussie at this point. It's been sort of ripped up too much. But Kiwi, yes, dollar yen, it's starting to trade. To me, it's trading sideways. You take out that glitch, dollar yen is back in the sideways trading mode. Now, we've had that move higher in euro. It's now trading sideways. And setting up, we've got support and resistance. So support on the downside, resistance on the top side. It's building up for a nice trading opportunity. I'd say probably early next week, although we do have some key US CPI numbers today, which could give us a really nice opportunity to finish the week. Sterling, well, it's trading sideways, and I'll show you the news in a second. There's still loads of crap coming out of the UK. They're having another crack at Theresa May, the UK PM. Looks like there may be a general election coming up. It's a complete dog's breakfast, and I'm sure the UK pollies, like everywhere else, are sort of salivating at the negativity that they're creating. Look at dollar CAD. I mean, dollar CAD's still got obviously a downside bearish momentum, but it is sort of diluting at this stage. Oil back at $52. I mean, this is a hell of a move in oil in just over a week, like $12, 10 or $12. That's pretty good, and that's putting downside pressure on dollar CAD. All right, so that's the general charts, right? So as you can see, they're not massively giving us heaps of opportunities at the moment, and we've had no major debunked data to really get our teeth into. Now, if I just give you a look at these headlines that are sort of going around the market, this is where you need to really sort of pay attention and sort of work out what's real and what's not. Dollar weaker versus peers on Fed Powell's patient comments. Well, that's actually wrong. Actually, the dollar is actually a little bit higher. So I don't know who's writing this article, but they're looking at the wrong market. You've got the usual standard stuff, China, trade talks, issues. I'm sure Trump will give us a couple of left field things to consider, and he'll say the plans are off, they're on, they're off again. Same as last year, but we'll see how that goes. Obviously, Brexit, major issue, oil impacting dollar CAD, and that's pretty much it. Now, obviously, Powell to me is the main part of it. Guidance is a two-way street with the Fed and markets. This is really good management by the Fed chairman. I think he's going to give us plenty of good trading opportunities coming up. But outside of that, at the moment, there's nothing really to sink your teeth into. So that's what you're going to do. This is professional trading is all about sort of waiting for the good opportunities. Right? So don't just run in and start banging away, trading here and there. There's no serious momentum in the currencies at the moment. The dollar index, had that little breakdown. It's now back trading sideways. To me, still a slightly bearish outlook, but it has corrected somewhat. And if you're looking for sort of a surety on that, the dollar Swiss, it sort of broke down through sort of 97.80 the other day. Down through these lows. It's now kicked back into almost 98.5, 98.30. It suggests to me that the dollar is very far from being sold off. And you'll see a lot of these media releases and articles out there saying the dollar's going to crash, all this sort of stuff. I think it's completely ridiculous because the US economy is still the best performing economy in the world. There's been no negative news. I mean, sure, the Fed has wound back some of their aggressive talk, but that was the plan anyway. So now we're in a situation where people are getting ahead of themselves and trying to sort of predict where everything's going. Of course, we're always looking for that, but there's no clear, tangible evidence that that's happening. Equity markets, the volatility in these equity markets is actually quite amazing. right? They're extremely, I would say, a lot more volatile than they have been in a long time. You know, up 1%, 2%, 3%, down all over the place. So I think we've got a lot more to see as we go forward with those equity markets. Plenty of opportunities, I'm sure, coming forward. So let's just have a look at, if I just bring it back and surmise all of this in the MyFX Trading Hub. Now, to me, the markets are back to full liquidity, okay, up here. Let me just move that page down a touch, if I can get that mouse to work. Okay, so you've got the markets back to full liquidity. The key part here is now the UK GDP estimate. Now, this is the first estimate, and usually a really good number to get your teeth into. But with all the geopolitical stuff surrounding Brexit at the moment, and we're 10 days out from this debate, whether Theresa May even makes the debate, I don't know. But so I don't know if the GDP numbers are going to impact. To me, the key number to be watching is, and this is for all major currency pairs, US Consumer Price Index, right? This is a really important number for the Fed. It'll tell us a lot more about what is going to happen next month, like going forward with the Fed. We get strong numbers, well then, you know, the Fed are going to be slowly pushed towards some sort of hawkish stance in the coming months. If it's weak, well, it does support all those media outlets writing sort of negative news about the US dollar. So this is the key number probably for the whole week. Now, the Aussie retail sales figures, they've come and gone. For some reason, the calendar's sort of popping that up late. And that's pretty much all she wrote. So just keep an eye on the US CPI numbers. I'd give the UK GDP numbers maybe a short-term trading opportunity, but I'm giving it a big miss. I'm sick to death of getting hammered by sort of random geopolitical news on sterling. The major currency pair outlook, to me, still the group of currencies at the bottom, which all generally correlate, still no major direction there, right? There's short-term ups. I mean, short-term they're going up and down, but overall they're not going anywhere, and that's what you need to be aware of. To me, if anything, dollar CAD has still got the overall bearish flag going. It's and that's more based on oil, if anything. You know, oil is rallying, and that should put further downside pressure on dollar CAD. The dollar index. It's broken down on the dailies. It's still sort of drifting a little bit sideways on the hourlies, but overall it's a slightly bearish momentum there. We need some strong CPI numbers to really get the US dollar back on the front foot. That'll make trading easier for us. You know what? Actually, in saying that, good variance either side, weak or strong, should give us a good opportunity on the dollar, and not only for today, but also for next week. All right, guys, that's it from me. There's, a few things going around. The markets have been a little bit, tough at the moment, just to remain patient. But as I said, you'll see some good trading opportunities as the market reconnects. I expect even further sort of consolidation of these levels next week. And as I said, the trend lines are starting to form some good shape. So don't lose heart just at the moment and think, I'll just jump in anyway. Just wait for the good opportunities. We've got trend lines on a lot of these pairs. Across, I think Euro once again is going to be the nicest trading pair. It's got nice consistent shape. The top side there in sterling, but it's a bit of a crazy one with the geopolitical stuff. Dollar CAD, it's come a long way. To me, it sort of drifts lower, and that's not a great opportunity. Euro to me will be the best pair going forward, I think. All right, guys, that's it from me. I'll see you in the 247 trade zone. Have a great week if I don't see you in there, and we'll see what we can do about these currencies. All right, guys, have a good one. Cheerio.